I haven't even looked at Bitcoin actually. Bitcoin's basically been hitting every single break level. So let's talk about Bitcoin for a second. These are valleys that I've marked out on Bitcoin. If we just go back to daily valleys, these are going to be just daily valleys I have marked out on the charts here, and then simply going back to where Bitcoin is now. The same thing, right? These are the legs of moves, right? You hit these levels in order to break them, right? It's the same thing. You can look at this thing the whole way up, and you could have shorted every single valley, right? So this being a valley right here, you could have shorted it and rebought hold levels almost the entire way, right? Tries to hold this level, buy it, breaks down, hits this hold level, buy it, breaks up, and so forth to the larger time frames, right? Even right here, these break levels right here, you can even see these micro time frame break levels tested. Break level here, as it's the fractal valley, coin moves up. Larger time frame break level right here. I think that, yeah, we already looked at that one. Break level gets hit, moves up again. Back testing this hold level from here. Come on. Right, this being the valley that starts the move, back test the valley, moves up, goes after the next level, back tests this hold right here. That's the start of this valley, just barely touches it. And that doesn't really touch it, but close enough to consider it a touch anyways. Hits that hold level, moves up, walk through the move, hits this hold level, moves up. It actually does test this leg, but fractally, this is just probably a 4-hour push. Yeah, that's just a 4-hour push. There's nothing there. That's important to always remember that fractal information. And just constantly hits these break levels and pushes through, right? It's hitting a move to break the lake to push through, breaks through. I haven't actually marked anything more than that because actually I haven't looked at anything more than that. Yeah, I mean, Bitcoin doesn't look like it's slowing down at all. We're still attacking break levels. We're still moving up. It's just kind of rampant. It's nonstop. We've done the same thing the whole way up. Attack the level, come hit a hold, attack the level, come hit a hold, attack the level. Fine. You have a hold level here fractally, and then you have the larger hold right here. So you kind of have, and this could even be a 12-hour right there. Let's just check. No, it's not. It's just a 4-hour there. So then you'd have the hold. Oh, it's not even a 4. It's not the hourly that we were on. So then you have the hold here. In a move like this, where you have such a big gap, you're going to start losing uptrends. Like you're going to start losing this right here, this local uptrend that you've created. You're going to start losing things like that. So that's the problem with these kind of hold levels. Is it almost has to drop immediately and move back up. Otherwise, you're kind of just going to float through trend, which is going to onset failure to a larger level. Maybe a daily hold somewhere. So this could be kind of the end of Bitcoin's run right now. I would certainly be thinking that this is getting close to ending Bitcoin's run right now, just temporarily anyways, to come back and possibly test maybe this bit of a bigger trend here, this daily trend that's been going on since April, or even possibly to create the new trend for the future cycle. Because that's something that's going to happen, is at some point in time, this coin is going to create its new trend. And these new trends kind of get created in these moments of failure. So you see this right here. We've hit a daily level. We've hit an inverse. There's nothing really holding Bitcoin up right now. It's pretty thin because you've moved up so fast. So when it is that thin, you will come back and test some of these levels and then automatically break down to the larger hold, which breaks trend. And then that will create your new, wherever that finalizes, that will create your new swing on that move, probably, out in here somewhere, or possibly even just retest the trend here. But it does set up new parameters for a local move, right? So if you were to test trend, say you come down like this, you were to test trend out here. It's a really important moment because this sets up the local parameters. Like when you lose this level, this is setting up local parameters. Because right now our local parameters are just too thin on this move to really substantiate anything. We have a pretty extreme trend that's going to snap by the looks of it. You have something like this that's going to be tested relatively soon. You have this trend right here, which failed to back attack its current level. So you'd go to like a 5-minute chart or something. You'd look at this inverse level to see if it was even hit, which, oh, come on. Magneto, which it hasn't been hit. Forget this daily level right here, not important right now. You're just looking at this trend breaking and what did this trend do. So you have the inverse level here on the 5. You broke trend to try to fuel that move up, right? Even you can adapt trend to the more local time frame. So you have this 5-minute trend, right? You broke trend, you fueled the move up. Really, at this point here, this kind of has to fuel the attack of this. It really does. That's its goal. And if it doesn't, it's probably going to stop out at the inverse level, the hold level, and continue to push this move down, which it did. And this is then going to array out your trend. So something important to note here, this is going to array out the trend. If this trend breaks and we are still hitting these hold levels, which by the looks of it we are, this is very bad. This is what failure looks like. Where's that? So that this would be something like the bottom of this right here, right? Because that's where trend breaks. There's going to be a little valley in there, and that's that hold level again. So actually you're not back attacking. And we know this is local because this would be the actual leg of the move. So if this were the leg, then on these small time frames, you're going to have the little 1 minute valley right here. And this is going to be almost like micro hold levels. So yeah, I really am looking at Bitcoin right now and saying, okay, well, there's got to be some larger event that needs to offset us now. So we're looking at this saying, okay, well, what's the large event to offset us? So what are the truths here? In fact, we have trend local. So trend local exists. Yes, we need to not break local trend. How do we not break local trend? We don't break local trend by continuously laddering. Instead, we are not able to do that because we are rejecting inverse levels against this bit of downwards pressure. So at a very a very scalp sense, if you were to break this move down into almost scalping timeframes, you're looking at this thing and you're saying, okay, the move is failing. It's actually hitting inverse levels every 5-minute chart. It's actually starting to ladder down in a downtrend. There's nothing left to catch it. There is a 15-minute hold here, but if we touch this, it's already broken the local. Like we've broken the local, which is going to fuel the move down, which is just going to create a larger downtrend. Because what's going to happen is this: going to break down. It's going to have a reaction off that, which is going to create this against this. So you're actually just then at that point hitting this inverse level right here. You see, you're just actually hitting that inverse level to create the trend, which is then going to basically fail down against this trend, hit some inverse in here, fail down, and then onset larger failure into breaking this trend here that was created like this. So it's kind of presetting itself through hold levels, but into failure right now. There's nothing left for it to hold. And when it does hold, it's going to break a local trend. So if it's going to break a local trend by holding, it's also going to have a reaction off that trend. And that reaction is basically going to have to come up and be a pretty insane swing. Because if it's not, it's just going to array this thing out down to attack this level. So when you see something like this get hit, you're going to see that in that moment, how big the swing is. And in this case, as we fall to this, that swing, it's either going to attack the break level or it's going to hit that hold level. And in either case, it's going to create this, right? Even if it hits this, even if it does break the leg of the move, it's still going to create that new trend. So then we're going to have to come back and hold something like this to break out of that to start it. So that's a lot that needs to happen in order to just even attack this. I guess it would be right here, this break level, which is the first step in attacking the local swing wick. So the break and hold levels right now are really showing you the story on Bitcoin. Even locally. So if I was to assess this move, that's kind of the road I would go down to start with. Now, this is just break and hold levels. This is just to get a grasp on this time frame right here of the move, which you are doing through break and hold levels, right? This is just to start grasping, okay, what can actually happen on this move? Shoot, I think I stepped too far. I need to go back and put my levels back on that I deleted. There we go, perfect. So this is just to start to grasp what is actually happening in this time frame right now. So you look at this and you say, okay, well, we've hit a break level. What's going on locally, right? That's fine. We've gone on these daily attacks. How do we assess the move going forward? We look at this move right now to assess where it's going, right? This what did it start? April 30th to May 11th. Wow. So 12 straight days of upward pressure with the exception of this, but that's fine. We can still call this 12 straight days of upwards pressure. And we look at the hold level being hit. We look at a couple inverse levels here, one that has been hit. So we need to break this thing down. So when you're assessing these moves, you have to break it down to these low time frames and see, okay, what is the global picture that's being painted, right? What is the global event that happened? The global event is that we hit a daily break, but also stopped out on a daily inverse as well. So there is a bit of right? Daily inverse, daily hold. So we have to assess what's going on right now in the move. You switch down to the hourly, you can see, okay, well, we're having trouble actually gaining this daily, which makes sense actually why we are, because you can see the hold and break levels that are pushing this move down. You can see the hold levels that are compressing this move. They are right here, which is happening. That's a truth. And they are right here, which is happening now. So it's creating this ladder down off the rejection of this daily. So you can start to use hold and break levels to really manipulate through, or really massage through the move, and see what you're expecting. With hold and break levels, they really become a big part of the bread and butter of everything we do, because they will tell you exactly what's going on in a move. Like when you see this level get hit here, you should not be re-entering. You should actually be looking for spots to get out, because if even in a case, so say you were lucky enough to just take a scalp here, and let's even in the case you take a scalp here and you can see that this level is getting rejected like this, like it gives you opportunity to leave, right? You have to see what's going to come back down here and hold, right? Like you have to see, okay, is this level going to hold right here, right? Is this hold level going to hold? Okay, well then just fine, get out and buy the hold level, and it's just kind of like a free roll to the move, and you're doing the same thing right here, right? You're just like, okay, well here's the hold level, or yeah, the hold level on the upside, and then you'd have, in this case, it would be this right here. That looks like the fractal hold level. I'm assuming this is a 15-minute. No, that's the hold level right here. This is too big of a valley. The price doesn't move down enough. This might be respected as the first hold level. This would be respected as a second hold level. Has to hold this price in order to move back up to attack this level right here. Really, really just assessing these local against global events is a huge edge for you guys. Like being able to look at this chart and say, okay, we hit our break level here. We pushed up to an inverse hold. This is the most recent event, which is actually a local event as well. So this is the local event that happened, and inside of a local event, we have the failure to gain even moves on a small time frame right now. So in this moment, we have lost trend right here. We're losing trend right here. Maybe we haven't lost it yet, but it sure does look like it's losing trend. What could cause it to attack the blue line again is hitting a larger event and being offset by a larger event. So if we had a hold level, the problem is remember when we first started this thing and I said it's very thin, like on the hourly chart, there's not a hold level in sight. There's nothing in sight, so it's almost preset to fail. It's going to fail local trend. This level right here is what can do it. This so you take away all these local trends like this, and we can add them back. That's not a problem. You take away the stuff right now, and it simply just looks like you are just in you're just going to hit this level here, which you actually already have hit that level. You're just going to hit this level here, and possibly to reattack that blue trend, you can break this trend on a larger time frame, and then possibly come and swing up and get out of it. I don't know if there's a scenario right now where you can actually say what can I do to attack it, because it kind of looks like there's not really anything you can do, but other than to hit this hold level right here. But you've already failed this local trend right now. So I don't know. This is kind of that thing right now, is like it's showing, the move is showing you it's failing.
Hey everyone, how's it going? As you know, I'm now giving out some of this content for free that I was otherwise charging for the past little while. Yeah, drop a donation, subscribe to the channel, join Patreon. You'll get access to Discord. Great way. Lots of top level traders in there, people who are doing this for a career every single day. So go to Patreon, join a tier, get access to Discord. Go on Reddit, talk about future of trading, talk about the science of trading, talk about cotton candy, socials, everything you can. Let's help this thing grow. It's the way you guys can thank me for giving out this content for free that I was otherwise charging money for. So I'll leave a Bitcoin address on the screen. I'll leave the Patreon address on the screen. Just do something to help out. Okay, thanks guys. Take care.